So hello from India, from CA Arun Tiwari to all of my NRI friends. And in last video I told you about a scam which can happen with you if you're not careful. Today I'm going to share with you another, not a kind of scam, but a kind of problem which is faced by NRIs when they are selling agricultural land. Okay, so first thing, NRIs cannot buy agricultural land, but if they are already holding the agricultural land before they become NRI, they of course they can sell the property, that land, and they can take the money. Even in case of inherited property, if it is agricultural land, they can sell and they can take money. So this is all possible. Now what is the issue happens when one generation settled abroad and they have nobody to take care of lands here, and they want to settle it or they want to sell it and take the money abroad. So generally when they approach, there is something called bayana, or it's kind of advance. So when you approach or buyer approach you, they give you some bayana, and that is how the basically an agreement initiated. So in case of agricultural land, generally the agreement to sell and then sale deed doesn't happen. Directly they pay you money and you go and sign a sale deed which is registered. So that is how it happens. Now what happens, suppose you are planning to sell a large chunk of agricultural land, which is say 10 acre or maybe more than that, and somebody approaches you to buy all that 10 acre, and they ask you to sign a normal paper or something where they pay you some bayana, and they ask you a large time or a long time. For example, generally what happens, see, agricultural land generally are they are bought by another farmers, okay, and they don't have that much money readily available. So what they basically ask you that I will pay you in installments, okay. Now what problem happens here, let me tell you. Because they ask you maybe 1 year or 2 years to pay back all the amount, and they ask you installments. Sometimes what happens, some people take benefit of that. They will give some small amount and they will put all your land in the litigation. Or as I told you in the previous video, here also there are some agent come into picture. They are not the real farmers. They are not interested to buy your property. They just want to block your property and sell it at higher prices, make some gain for themselves in between. So how to avoid that? First thing, you have to understand how to avoid that. So suppose you are ready to sell 10 acre, and the person is ready to pay you say money for 1 acre maybe every month or every twice a month, or maybe within 2 months he will say, in 2 months I will pay you money for 1 acre. And this is a normal scenario, because they are farmers. They don't have such a large money that they will pay you one go in most of the cases. So if you find any genuine buyer, this is how it works in agricultural land. They will pay you in installments. So what I am suggesting you, instead of taking bayana for whole land, you divide the whole land into 10 different agreements, okay, and you accept bayana only for 1 acre, okay, and you say that I am just accepting this bayana for 1 acre. As soon you will pay for that 1 acre, I will transfer the 1 acre to you, and then we will go to next. I am not going to block the whole 10 acre for you, because suppose if you are not able to pay in between, my whole land will stuck and we unnecessarily get into dispute. Now of course they want a surety from you, because see, if somebody is going to buy or 10 acre land, they will definitely don't want to own only 1 acre. But you have to give that assurance verbally, that I assure you from my side, I am an NRI, I have to sell it, I will give to you as long as you will keep your promise. Even somebody will offer slightly more money, I will not sell to them, but you have to keep your promise that every maybe once in a month or twice in a or every 2 months you have to give me money for 1 acre. So you have to create 10 different agreements. Of course it will become slightly complicated, but understand, your whole property will not get into dispute, because you are only doing agreement for 1 acre. Even the person goes into a court or dispute, you only 1 acre will stuck there. You can still sell off your 9 acre. So this is a very practical example which recently I gave to one of my client and told him to strictly follow. This is a legal matter, of course. So we also consult on legal matters of properties, and these are all practical parts which you learn when you have experience in that field, when you go through such kind of you can say scenarios. So this is one thing you should do if you are planning to sell a large chunk of agricultural land, and you are finding a buyer who is ready to pay you in installments. So instead of doing just one agreement for whole land and then waiting for 2 years, 3 years where anything can go wrong, and you can unnecessarily get into a litigation because already he has paid some money, and now indirectly he owns the land, not the land, but actually he has right on that land, on whole 10-acre land. So better than that you split that into 10 plots or 10, you can say, installments. As he paying money, the same way you can transfer the property or transfer the agricultural land. There will be slightly more legal expenses to draft 10 different agreement and all, but it will safeguard you from getting into a big time mess, because you understand the agricultural land and farmers are very sensitive issues in India. If they go anywhere, most of time the police, the administration will take their side because they are locals, they are farmers, and always it is understood that it is farmers are on victim side, which is not true always, because they know, lots of people know that just by pretending farmers they can definitely harass you, okay, and you will be on a difficult note. So better part, just do this and sell by installments. This way you can safeguard your interest also. You can of course save that farmer also, because sometimes they stretch themselves unnecessarily and they are not able to bring all that money on the table, so they are sometimes they are also get stuck. So if you go by just putting a small plot or small target, okay, just go for 1 acre at a time, so he will also free, you will also feel better, and maybe in between something go wrong, you can sell the other part of land to somebody else without getting into any kind of legal litigation. So that's all in this video. If you like, please subscribe this channel, and if you have any other legal matters, especially you are planning to sell your property, or there is any will or any kind of gift deed you want to create, or any kind of family, you can say, settlement or agreement you want to do, you can contact us for that consulting. Thank you. Have a nice day.